Hello there! Grok 4.6 is the cheapest of the top game dev models right now, so I'm giving it a much harder job. Today we are building Rootbound. It is a 2.5D game, so sprites are 2D, but the world is a real 3D scene. Here you are the last gardener inside an experimental greenhouse. The system that kept it alive is broken, so now everything grows at once. The plants are the enemy. You cut your way through, you fix water, light and air, and you have to reach the core before the greenhouse covers your camera. This is not meant to be a small prototype. The idea is a finished and polished product that does not feel like AI slop. Let's get started. Here I am inside SpriteCook that is already used by thousands of developers and thousands of assets have been created with it. You can take a look at the animation quality that it provides and also at the different styles of sprites that this thing is capable of making. And as you can see, you can animate literally anything. Here I'm starting from a completely empty Godot project, but what I do have are some concept images. It was very complicated for the AI to actually understand the point of view that I wanted, because this is, let's say, what I wanted, but sometimes it also ended up generating like isometric images. But anyway, this was useful for me to actually understand the type of game I wanted to create. With all this, okay, going back and forth with the AI, I created this game design document that, as you can see, has something like 15 pages, so it's very, very long and outlines every single mechanic, every single room, literally everything that the game will contain, okay? Because the idea here is that Grok not only creates the logic following this game design document, but also creates the art. And the cool thing is that the SpriteCook has MCP, which basically means that any agent, including Grok, can create sprites by using our SpriteCook account. Of course, we first need to install Grok build, and then just copy and paste this command. All the relevant links are in the description. Then inside my project, I just need to open up a new terminal, type in Grok, hit enter, and here we are. Of course, we are gonna be using Grok 4.6, and with a /effort, I'm gonna set it to extra high. Then I can just tell it to create the game and use SpriteCook MCP for creating all the art. It already has all this context because I've imported the concept images inside my Godot project, as well as the GDD. And what I wanna make super clear here is that AI was just an assistant, a copilot for me. So first I had to do a lot of back and forth with the concept images, with the idea itself, and I'm also trying to kind of create something unique. At least me myself, I don't tend to see a lot of 2.5D games, so I thought it was interesting to do something a little bit more different. The AI was just a copilot, a helper, an assistant for me, however you wanna call it. But I am still the pilot, the one that is in charge of this project. I am super excited, okay? Take a look at this. So we start over here, take a look at the perspective of this game. So the Bloom protocol was only meant to keep this place alive. Now every root is feeding at once and the greenhouse has locked the exits. Water, light, air, balance those systems, then reach the heart before it grows over me. Okay, so we can move over here, and as you can see on the top left, well, we have different quests. So open the locker in the tool room for the scissors. Okay, so here we have the scissors, and as you can see, as time goes by, we have growth. Okay, so of course, if this bar is completely filled, we lose. Okay, and as you can see, plants starts growing. So I have to begin cutting these things, or well, unclogging these things over here using the spacebar, and there it is. Okay, that was the first quest. Now we have to balance the water across the 3 planting beds, and here, well, the character also speaks, let's say. It's very, very amazing. Like this UI, at least for me, looks very clean. So I think that yes, here we have to start turning the different valves, okay, and sing. Okay, no, this one is dry right now, so let's see a combination. There it is. That's amazing. Water is stable. The solar wing just unlocked. Okay, take a look at the environment, okay, at the perspective that this game has. Is if you take a deeper look, like these things are 2D sprites, for example, as you can see, and well, looks very, very cool. Then these walls are basically just meshes, okay, that have a texture, okay? So it's very, very amazing. So let's press E to enter and take a look at the overgrowth, okay? Too much light. The glass is turning this place into an oven. Okay, so I don't want to have my plants burned. And here we have 0 out of 9. Okay, 1, 2, okay, 4, 5, oh my, okay, I get it. Oh, 6, 7, 8, 9. There it is. Now, redirect sunlight to the 3 control centers. Okay, so we have one control center here, another one is there. Here we have a sensor, and here another sensor. Okay, so I get it. Okay, we have to hurry up, right? Yes. So we have to rotate this mirror, I believe here. Yep. And this mirror to the right. There it is. Nice. Okay, so let's continue walking once again. I love the style of the game, the camera view, all that. It's very, very good. So now let's enter to the next room. And okay, the vents are feeding spores back into the nursery. Okay, I think it didn't say nursery, but anyway. So we have to uncloak these first things. Take a look at those flowers. They look awesome. Nice. And we have to rotate the fans and push the spores towards the outlet. Okay. So we have the intake of air. Oh, and here's the outlet. So if here's the intake, I suppose we have to put this over here. That's cool. And if this goes over here, okay, I get it. This one goes over here, and no, this one, like that. And come on, we have to hurry up a little bit. This goes right there. Nice. Airflow restored. The central conservatory is open. Nice. Once again, it just feels amazing to be walking over here in this. Looks freaking awesome. Okay, so we have to go to the central conservatory and let's see what we find over there. This is not an attack. The greenhouse is obeying a broken command. Okay, once again, the environment looks very, very cool. And we have to stabilize the growth core. So I suppose it's this thing over here. Yes, water, light, air, bring them into balance together. I can end the loop without killing it. Okay. So, round 1 of 3. Step 1 of 3. Next, water. 5 seconds left and miss cost growth. So, if I... Oh, okay, I get it. So, I actually want to see first what happens when I, let's say, die or something like that. So, let's take a look at that. Okay, so there it is. Okay, and everything flashes white. Okay, the game over screen is very good and the effect itself. Okay, so here we are again. So let's see what we have to do. That is, okay, first here's telling me water. Okay, then light. Oh, okay, so it's like a sequence, like a pattern I have to follow. Okay, now again, water, light, air. Okay, I get it. So we have to do this, I think, just one more time, and this will stabilize the core. There it is. Okay, water, light, air. Okay, and this is all. Okay, it's very good and very complete and super polished. Well, take a look at the size of the project. So this was like the last level, let's say. This is another of the levels. So once again, as we are doing everything Godot, everything was made in different scenes. Oh my god, this is so good. And if you're curious about, for example, the player, Godot actually has, for example, animated sprites 3D nodes, and even sprites 3D nodes that are basically the exact same thing as in 2D, but they can be rendered in 3D space, but they use the same thing, basically images, as you can see. So it's amazing, because here we have like all the different animations, and well, for example, this is one of the levels, but let me find the... this was the first level. No, where is the first level? Central? Nope. Operations. Yes, this one. Operation. The cool thing is that, for example, this decoration over here is just a sprite 3D. So if I want, I can, I know, modify the position. I can also grab the scale tool and holding out the alt, I can make it bigger, smaller, or whatever I want. So that's very cool, because I had 100% control over the game. This wasn't just a one shot of telling Grok, okay, do this, do that, and the game is 100% finished. The mechanics, it did create them mostly 100% on its own. But then the visual part of accommodating the different props and all that, I had to do it manually, okay? But it was still like very, very good, the work that it has been able to do. And just take a look at the folders that we have over here, like the fonts, all the SpriteCook assets that we're gonna see deeper in just a second. But take a look at that. It's just amazing. We have all the scenes, all the scripts, okay? Take a look at that. Even some shaders. And in terms of usage, when I started, Grok usage was at around 49%, and it ended up as something like 69%. This is the weekly limit, and currently I'm part of the $30 plan. And these are all the assets that Grok created via SpriteCook. Take a look at that gallery. I can continue scrolling, and this thing will continue scrolling for quite a bit, as you can see. So here we have, for example, the different character animations, the different props, even the different textures that I mentioned that we used for the walls. And wow, this is unbelievable, okay, because Grok basically creates the assets here and automatically imports them inside our project. And how to use these things is super simple. If you wanted to do it manually, you just go to create, select whatever you want to create, even for example here the texture, okay, as we've done for the walls, describe whatever you need over here, and click generate. And you can even use some presets to, for example, create seamless textures. But well, as you can see, lots of things. So well, this is all for today's video. It is just amazing, a super combo. You will have a link to start using SpriteCook today in the description down below. See you in the next one, and bye bye.